everybody, Brad here today and welcome back to Project Hospital. So today we're having a look at a brand new department that has been modded for the game. So really excited to take a look at this. So I'll put the link down below in the description of the Steam link where you can click on that and you can go straight to the mod and download it for yourself. So it is the urology or nephrology mod, so like urinary tract and kidneys, and this is really interesting because this is something that I think this is like my favourite part of like physiology and that kind of stuff at uni, so I'm quite excited to see how this is going to go. So I'm just going to pause the game and run you through what rooms we've had to build for this department. Oh, and I should say I'm using Pirates Hospital, which won the build contest for this, so just showing you around. So this is the hospital. I just modified it to add this nephrology or urology department over here. I've kind of butchered it a little bit, so really sorry Pirate for butchering your hospital here, but I've kind of just used I've kind of just copied rooms from all over the place really. So for urology or nephrology, I'm just going to call it, I'll call it urology. I'll call it urology. And this mod was developed by, I don't know how it's pronounced, Knabbel, but it's a K at the beginning. I don't know if it's a silent K. So it could be Knabbel or Knabbel, not too sure, but it looks like it is a great mod. So for our clinic, we simply need a waiting room and a urology office, which we have here. So 2 urology offices, and I've got a little waiting room in here. I haven't got a reception, but I have placed a small cleaning closet here. We've got restrooms dotted around the place. In terms of hospitalisation, we've got a nurse's station, which is embedded in the high dependency unit, which we'll obviously go and have a bit more of an in-depth look in a moment. I've got this corridor coming up here with another restroom and some lounges here on the side. And then we've got this really interesting regular ward here, which is kind of segregated into separate rooms with one bed in them. So again, I'll show you it in a bit more in depth in a second. And then I've just built a really small common room there on the side. Over here we've got a brand new room, which is the Dialysis Ward. So I will show you that because that's interesting, very interesting, that one. And then up here we've got an on-call room, 2 diagnostic units, an operating theatre and a sonography unit. So let me show you. So you'd come in to the department just here. Let's get time going again. You come in just here. Then you have your regular ward and then this little common room here on the side. Over here we have our lounges with a restroom at the end, and here we have our lovely, really big, and it's just a really nice building. So this is the high dependency unit with an embedded nurse's station. Then we've got an operating theatre, the sonography unit, 2 diagnostic units, on-call room, restroom, cleaning closet, 2 doctor's offices, and then this very interesting room, which is the dialysis ward. So you need either a medical bed or the modern medical bed, which I've gone for the modern one here, and then it needs a dialysis unit behind it. So it's a bit of an interesting placement where you need the bed in the room, because obviously the dialysis unit is like 1 square behind. So it's a bit interesting, but I love the fact that, you know, when people are doing these mods, that are adding new rooms, because I think that's just amazing. You know, it's so, you can kind of go to every department and you go, right, I need a regular ward, high dependency unit, on-call room, nurse's station, and it can get quite monotonous. But I really like this. You know, it's only 1 extra room, but it's already added something really different to this department. So I really like that. And obviously staff, I was just putting random staff pretty much. So do we have any patients? Yes, we do. We have Mary Moore. So let's go and have a look. Where is Mary? Oh, she's over here looking at our high dependency unit. So she came in with back injury, back pain, which obviously, that is indicative of something, going wrong with the kidneys. So I imagine that you've done lots of kind of like feeling of those kidneys, feeling if they were like hard, rigid, or soft, or whatever. And it turns out that they also found out from the CT that she had a blunt kidney contusion or bruising. So her final diagnosis is renal contusion, which I assume is kind of described as like bruising of the kidney. Yeah, bruising of the kidney after a direct impact to the upper lower back. So if you, for example, I don't know, you might have fallen off a ladder or something like that, landed on your back. Obviously, because your kidneys are situated towards the back part of your body, they need to be really are kind of looked after because they can be bruised, quite easily. So the treatment for that is IV nutrition, which she's having whilst she's having a stay in our lovely high dependency unit. So that's it really. That's not a particularly exciting one really. It's kind of gone to plan. It feels like it's quite a simple one to sort out. What I might do is let's just spend a couple of minutes. I'm just going to add, if I move that down to there, I'm just going to add a little reception. So let's say reception. It's going to be really small. Let's go more like there. Okie doke. Then we can get our pharmacy desk. It's going to be just very, very simple. Let's get the corner. Oh, come on, engage your brain, Bradders, engage your brain. Oh my god, there, right, thank you. Then we'll put those in there, then we'll get one PC, one office chair. Should we give them a printer? Should we be nice? Let's be nice, we'll give them a printer so we haven't got to handwrite everything. We'll get a couple of card files at the back here. And then what we'll do, if we extend this to there, then those chairs will count as being in reception. And then we can simply come here, say that you're going to be the nurse William in the day, and at night we will go for Laura. That's an interesting name, Laura. So there we go, so we've got a little reception now as well, so that should just help out when we've got patients coming up here, just so they get prioritised, if it's a more urgent case or not. So now what I'm going to do is I'll fast forward the time a little bit until we get some more patients here in urology, and then again we'll take a bit more of a look, and when they're more complicated cases we can have a go at trying to diagnose whatever is ailing them. So I'll see you in a sec. Okay, that did not take very long. So we are going to take a look at Mitch Collier. So he's just at reception. So let's follow him around. I assume he's going to be going over to the doctor's office. So the symptoms that we currently know is that he's got swollen and tender epididymis. So that's what connects the testicles to the vas deferens in the reproductive system. And he's got inguinal lymphoid nodes, so enlarged or swollen. So we know that he's either got epididymatitis, which is the inflammation of that tube, or it could be the same but orchitis, which is of the coiled tube. Okay, so they're both actually treated by antibiotics. So if we have a look here, so the difference here, look, is like the penis discharge and hematospermia. So if we do a testis palpitation, would that let us know if there's... So we need to do microbial cultivation, and a USG would help as well. Okay, so let's take a look at that. And let's see if we get any kind of inclination of now what's wrong with Mitch. And we'll put him on player control, because we have someone else. We've got here, let's have a look. Can I click on you, please? Callum Patterson. Callum, what's going on, mate? What's going on? Suffering from vomiting and nausea. Okay. So I imagine that's a lot of diagnoses, isn't it? Yeah. So we're probably looking more towards the urology. So maybe like vomiting and nausea. Let's do like a physical exam, abdominal palpitation. I think it is pretty worth having a look at your testes as well, Callum, unfortunately. Because, vomiting, nausea. Don't want to say too much, guys, but it does hurt. So Mitch is, I think he's going to the chair waiting to maybe being called to go to sonography. I assume that's being done in sonography. General surgery. Yeah, sonography unit. I think it's because I didn't do a waiting room outside. So let's do that, and we'll just change it up a little bit by popping in a couple of chairs up here. And then he can come up. He should be able to then to wait there. Not too sure. What's going on with Callum? So we haven't really revealed. Oh, he's got testicular. See, look, guys, I knew it. I knew it. Vomiting, nausea. Ah, there you go. He's actually got absence of the cremasteric reflex. That's interesting. Okay. Oh, that's very interesting. So that's the Chromosteric reflex may be absent with testicular torsion, upper and lower motor neuron disorders, as well as spine injury of L1, L2. It can also occur if the iliolingual nerve has actually been cut. That's very interesting. Okay. Oh, cat, be quiet. Sorry about that. My cat likes to scream randomly. So, okay, so he's got testicular torsion. So let's have a look here. So he needs an orchiopexy. That already doesn't sound good. I know, no, that doesn't sound good. A surgery to remove an undescended testicle. Right, okay, that's fine. I'm a little worried about these other hidden symptoms, to be honest. So he could be suffering from, all of these other bits and bobs. So what I might do, well, let's do a temperature measurement to see if he's suffering from some kind of fever. Then we'll also do a USG just to make sure we kind of do, a bit of everything. Let's do the urine samples as well. We'll give him that. Let's make regular hospitalisation, and that should be him kind of sorted out. So then our good friend Mitch is over here, so he's having this USG. So can we find out what's wrong with Mitch? This should tell us what's wrong with him. Okay, so I assume what he's going to do is he's going to go back to the doctor's office, isn't he? And then I assume he'll be telling the doctor his results, and then they'll work out what's going on. So, do we know? Doesn't look like it. He's kind of just sat there chilling. So let's do some more bits and bobs. Urine analysis sampling. Let's do that. We'll do all of those bits. Okay, awesome. That nurse just come into there, and I think he did, didn't he? So where's the other chap gone? Callum. Oh, he's gone into the regular ward, hasn't he? Yeah, okay. So then we're going to give him these bits. We'll give him some analgesics because we have also seen that he's got abdominal pain. But again, I'd still like to see if we can get these other... So it looks like he hasn't got the painful swollen testicles. I think we're still waiting to do a few more exams like the temperature measurement. How's this lady doing? Mary? I think she's doing fine. She's just having all of her meds and IV bits and bobs, so that's not too bad at all. Okay. Oh, so let's speed up time a little bit and let's see if we get any updates on our patients. I think the other guy went over. Is it Mitch? Oh, he's coming back now, but I assume he just went over and gave his samples to the labs and stuff. So let's do, yeah, he has got like the penis discharge as well. But penis discharge, oh, it is for both of them actually, okay. So let's give him these drugs because we know that, they are going to treat certain things which he's already suffering from. For example, like the stomatics for the nausea, NSAIDs for the lymph nodes, antibiotics for the discharge, stuff like that. Okay, and I assume we're probably not going to get any further diagnosis, so we can put him in regular hospitalisation when he waits for his lab test to come back. Looks like we've got a new patient here, so let's put him on player control. Need to get better at getting rid of all those notifications. Right, so we know a few things. We know he's got a hardened testicle, weight loss, fatigue, loss of appetite. So we've got a fairly kind of short list. Text test size. Oh, okay. So it looks like, it can only be out 3. So it looks like it's some kind of cancer. So how would we know he would have swollen testicles? Let's do a testis palpitation. He'd have breast volumes. Let's do a breast examination. Interview, which I assume has been done. Interview, abdominal palpitation. Just try and get as much of these as possible. Thorax perfusion, which actually isn't here. So maybe let's do that. Let's do abdomen. Let's do neck and USG in the first instance. In the first instance, we'll do all of that. Because that should give us at least a start to kind of figuring out what's wrong. So we're just going through those right now. No, at the moment, it looks like it's some type of cancer, unfortunately. So I think this chap is now heading over to the sonography unit where he's obviously going to have his USG done. Now this fella, I assume, is having his USG done at the moment, which isn't actually, you know, showing us anything. I'd like to try and get these symptoms done. Let's put him in. We'll put him back on doctor control, I think. Yeah, I think that makes sense. This chap here, we're still not sure, but we'll give him analgesics. There's only one more hidden symptom. Okay, so let's see if we now can find out with Charles, if we can find out kind of what type of cancer this actually is. It might need something a little bit more, you know, something like a CT. Yeah, because here, look, so we're kind of doing, yeah, really, we should be focusing on the ones which are different. You know, for example, here, like we've got like axillary lymph nodes. So hopefully the breast examination, it didn't show anything. Okay. So what about swelling? That'll be done by, and then, yeah, okay. So we might, even though the discomfort's high, that will kind of instantly show us what's wrong. So maybe let's do these first, you know, because those are a lot less kind of invasive, and then we can go towards, you know, the more high discomfort ones maybe in the future. So let's just make sure he's actually a politician. Oh, so that hasn't given us anything else really. We can start to do, you know, these drugs are the things that we know, and then I think what we need to do is focus on, you know, MRI, CT, get those done. If they come back inconclusive, then we can start doing, you know, really kind of high discomfort. So let's follow this chap down to radiology. We'll follow his journey, I think. Where is he going? He went all the way to that restroom. Okay, I mean that. Okay, that's quite a long walk when there's probably a restroom right next to you, but fair enough, fair enough. Who am I to judge? Who am I to judge? So yeah, so what's he going to have first? MRI, I think this is. And then is there anything that we can see via MRI? There must be something that we can see by MRIs. I don't think it would suggest it otherwise. Yeah, so metastat. Oh, okay, so you can see if it's kind of during metastasis, I assume. So it looks like. So I think he has to go back to the doctor's room first. If there is any results, I believe, you know, I assume the radiologist wouldn't give them the results, which in real life, you know, that's probably for, you know, I don't know, in real life it's probably more realistic to have a radiologist give you results, and then you obviously discuss it with the doctor, I believe. I believe that's how it would work in the UK anyway. So let's see, so he's now having his CT. We will start giving him, oh no, we need to give it, yeah, sorry. Wrong square, Brad. Wrong square. We want to give them those drugs. So it looks like CT must be backed up because we're waiting here for a while. What's happening here? Oh, game. Don't know what's happening there. I think we're just backed up in CT, medium and crit. Yeah, so we kind of need another CT room really, but obviously, you know, this hospital was only, you know, I've only got this saved just to kind of show you this department. So let's, we haven't got tons of space. We can maybe get one over here. I mean, it should be fairly quick now. It goes into night time. He's actually going back to the doctor's office anyway, so hopefully if we get any results from the MRI scan, we should be able to see that now. We should start talking through those results with our doctor. I think we are going to need to make sure we have doctors in here at night as well. Let's get you, and we'll also get in you. Okay, oh my god, they're both sitting down. They're both sitting down at the same time. Right. It doesn't look like that's told us anything at all, really. So waiting for player. I mean, that, I don't think that ever even got done. I just can't. Oh, okay. Well, let's put them in regular hospitalisation, but we're going to have to do this inguinal orchiotomy. Wow, okay. Well, it has to be some kind of cancer, doesn't it? It has to be some kind of cancer, so we might as well just hospitalise him, and then, you know, do this kind of in the morning, or, you know, whenever we can, and then kind of then start, you know, to work our way down, because that should tell us then. That should at least differentiate between. That should actually let us know, I believe that should let us know whatever cancer it is. Hopefully it can also, you know, because it's kind of more of a biopsy, it can also give us a lot more information of kind of what stage the cancer's at, hopefully. So what I'll do is I'll fast forward to the morning, and then we'll see what's wrong, hopefully with Charles soon enough. Okay, so our good friend Charles Clark is just making his way over to the diagnostic unit, where I assume he's going to have his kind of test, his biopsy done. So let's just keep an eye on this. Hopefully it all goes to plan. So that has been done. So I don't know what. So that's whittled it down to 2 now, look. So it's either a non-seminoma or seminoma. So non-seminoma means it's more than one type of cancer cell. Okay. So how would we differentiate between them? So it's 5. If it's non-seminoma, I can't speak. So it looks like I can't actually do any more tests, which doesn't really help. So that means it's been done, doesn't it, if it's green? Finish revealed 1 or more symptoms. Okay. So we kind of need to... I mean, really, we need to find out, so we need to do a differential diagnosis. Can either of these folks do... How do I do this? Can only be performed by a doctor with advanced diagnosis specialisation, which I assume I don't have. Or Gail. So Gail could actually do it if she had... She's got a diagnostic genius. Is that not it? I thought that's what... Advanced... specialisation, okay. Which, yeah, she doesn't have. She's got general medicine. No, don't do training. Right, I'm going to fire you. This could all go a bit Pete Tong. But I'm going to fire Gail. So, like, can you leave the hospital, please? Can you go? Go home. Right, so now I want extra diagnosis. And we'll go for you, Jessica. Right, so if we get this chap, we're going to say that your doctor is now Jessica, so we can do the differential diagnosis. I don't know if he has to go back to the diagnostic unit for that. I'm not too sure, because it took a long time for the nurse to even come and get him, to even go to the diagnostic unit. So this might be a while. So again, guys, what I'll do is I'll cut this, and I'll show you what happens whenever Charles goes and hopefully gets that all-important differential diagnosis done. Okay, so it turns out that Charles has got a seminoma. So what we need to do with that is we need to put him onto active monitoring. So that is when the oncologist recommends no treatment but monitors the patient's health with regular checkups, blood tests. It's sometimes also called careful monitoring or watch and wait. So there we go, guys. So we kind of followed quite a lengthy procedure there, but all in all, I think you will, well, I hope you agree. How interesting. Like, that was so interesting. So I want to do that a bit more often. I don't know if we'll be doing it, because we're doing a realistic series, aren't we? So we could have episodes when we do this in a realistic hospital. So even though that hospital is kind of focused on building, we could have episodes where we just focus on treatment. Or what we could do is we could have a separate series which is focused much more on management and diagnosis. And we could use an already built hospital, not really sure about that. And we could take like a really in-depth look of diagnosis. Let me know what you think. I can't promise anything, you know, videos are coming out still quite slowly. I want to maintain quite a slow video output, just to make sure that no burnout is at risk. Okay guys, well thank you very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed the journey that we had today with Charles, and one awesome department. So go and download the urology department because it's awesome. I'll see you in the next episode. Take care of yourselves, and I'll see you later. Thank you very much for watching the video guys. I really hope you enjoyed it. Please consider giving it a like and subscribing to the channel down below if you haven't done so already. And please feel free to follow me on Facebook, Twitter and Instagram. Have a great day. See you later.